It's preview day. Come on, it's time to get up, buddy. Let's go see one of these potential schools. What's up, YouTube family? We have made it to Western Kentucky University for the preview day. He's so excited. Not.
Faculty members that are going to get to know you and get to build a relationship with you when you begin your journey as a Hilltopper here on campus. Some of the other things that this building, that the arena represents well, is kind of the echo of tradition. And so you're joining part of the family, you're joining the Hilltopper family with some very strong traditions. You know the red towel, and that it started with WKU's coach, E.A. Diddle. You know about Big Red, which is the best mascot in all of college sports. You know about some of those traditions, but we're also going to spend some time today talking to you about the tradition on campus and the understanding and the community culture of which we want you to get engaged. And it's not just inside the classroom. Again, your academic experience is going to be unmatched, but it's also engaging outside the classroom and understanding that part of the reason that the WKU experience is so fulfilling for students and that our alumni go on to achieve at the highest levels of whatever they do is because we're focused on making sure that the time you spend outside the classroom is equally as enriching. And so we know from national data, you're here, you're looking at colleges, you know the value of a college degree. You know what it's going to mean for your lifetime earning potential. But one thing that people don't often talk about is why it matters where you begin your college education and where you begin your journey. And for that reason, we know that WKU pouring into you over 4 years, students with the same degree, graduates with the same degree, those that began at a 4-year institution like WKU will always earn 20 to 30% more per year than their counterparts who began at a 2-year institution. The reason is,
I'm pleased to have you here because it's so wonderful to share what we have going on. I came here 4 years ago, having spent a long time at big name research universities. But I'll tell you what, I was really impressed with what I saw at the get so excited, it's overprotect, right? So what I saw is students who got an education that was beyond normal. I saw them when I was judging science fairs, students who had worked with WKU professors, and they not just were able to present, they were able to answer questions, carry on conversations, because at the Ogden College of Science and Engineering, students get their hands on. My associate deans likes to say, O is for Ogden, O is for opportunity. And I think that's so true.
I'm the interim co-director for School of Engineering and Math Science, and also the program coordinator for computer science. And I think for anybody interested in CIT, I can explain, the difference also. Anybody interested in what's the difference between computer science and Okay. So we do have 2 programs, in the same school, and we have quite a few other engineering programs also. The major difference between computer science and computer information technology is IT, the information technology, is on the application side and generally just how we use it. And for the computer science, is generally we talk about how we build it. And now with many like tools ready and available, and a lot of time computer science also is we are going to use it, but we use it generally we use it to build something like a customized versions and stuff like that. But for CIT, usually is we have like a software, and they will be able to do minimal customization and use it. And jobs like for CIT will be a lot of time for technical support. They have like IT support, they have network support, they have database support, and stuff like that. And for computer science, a big area will be software development. There can be game development, web development, mobile development, all those. But also it can also be like we say network engineering. And we have database administration. Now with AI going on, there are so many jobs, and it's concentration going on. Do you have any questions for me to address? This is our newer lab. We just had this last fall. This is our Mac lab. And the other lab we have PC labs. As I explained, I think down here is we have very little requirement for computers. And yet we are one of the programs that probably has the lowest computer requirement. You can just use a, if you are a freshman, all you need is a problem. The application that we build Jingle. And after that, if you have a decent laptop, no matter if it's a Mac, it's Windows based, or you install your own Linux, that would be nearly any computer that you have. When we get here, you start with computer science 1, and the computer science 1 will do that we just call problem solving and program introduction to programming. If you have done AP computer science, then you are more stable. That is equivalent to computer science, AP computer science A. If you did AP computer science principle, it is good, but it will not replace our computer science skill. So there's some difference between AP computer science A and computer science principle. For after computer science 1, essentially we move to computer science 2 and move to computer science 3. That's the main line that we have. But right after computer science 1, we have more courses to choose rather than the main line. We do web programming after the very first course. That would call front-end development, fancy campaigns that you have, start learning those. And you can take game programming. We have a lot of students interested in that. We also have a game development skill interested in doing a little bit more than just one course. And after that, we essentially we will see computer science 2, web development, game development, and then we have computer science 3, and then we will be more options. Database, computer architecture, talks about how computer works, and talk about software engineering, and programming language, computer networking. Essentially, most of the course, like required and electives open after the second computer science course. And build on that, we will have more like junior project, senior project, advanced level, vision electives. We have advanced database, advanced network, data mining, all those courses. For computer science 1, when we get first started, we used to brag about our small class size. Okay, but with what's going on, it's pretty difficult to cope with small class size. So we have a little bit big size for computer science 1. But what we are trying to do is we have larger lecture, and we still keep the lab very small, and all the labs are still taken care of by professors. We are not just they are not like professors who teach. We have 25 to 30 students. So we will build connection with the student, we will call the student, and problem after not like bigger schools, 300 students in a lecture hall, and after one semester, the professor has got no recognition of the student at all. Like you look at many like schools, state schools, that will be the case, and we are not. Professors still teach campus. And we constantly work with like employers, alumni to upgrade, update, and upgrade. Because right now, that's really computer science is going through a lot of dramatic changes. Probably from AI, a lot of AI. So we try to upgrade, update, modernize, and make sure we keep up. One thing I definitely encourage everyone to do after go back is studying maths. Even though that I've been working in computer science, and a lot of computer science you rely on very strong foundation. So you get all the application. And another thing that's in particular with our program is we have 2 project cores that's really one strength that we have, that we stay in the same school as all other engineers. We have junior project, and we have senior project. So the student work in groups, we are really work in general, we work problem, and you will be amazed to see what type of thing we do from last semester. Our student did advising website. So it seems that makes my job a lot easier. And I have one group of students that did a fancy foot for college. For college. And even we worked with a formal UL player. And he did marketing side, legal side, things like that. It was like NIL. It's college football. It's just crazy about what type of things you can use. So we have somebody deal with like the business side and we focus on the technical side. A beautiful application. We work for HL. This is like they're all like hockey, basketball, things like that. Maybe a generic version.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If a student did take AP courses in any of the maths or computer science classes, what score would they need to get on the AP test to skip?
So generally,
Okay.
I think for the math, if you get a 3, I think like for the Cal, you would skip the first one. I think you get higher one, you can just skip the second. But for the computer science, we need to have a 3 to pass, and we do not here So they didn't get a prize each semester. Okay, so before this select classes semester, we get a rising, at least a rising heavy down. We have a general academic advising center, and if the student have no further questions in their freshman year, they will be done. They can be advised by essentially central advising staff. But we have dedicated staff member. If he has any question, he's not clear about what type of person best for the student, he will contact me and a lot of time. I don't think there's any transfer student, but all transfer students are advised by me, so the person make sure. But if you're still in high school, come here, and you do need to have 3 years to graduate. Not like some other degrees say, hey, you can do all general ed in the first 2 years, and then I decide to take computer science. Sorry, you cannot graduate. You need 3 at least. So we are in a 2-year program. Because like a few weeks ago, I had one student said, my brother told me that I will take general ed in my first semester. I said, well, because you know it's from your brother, because you do like to start with a really major course, and if I have to recommend that you take it because you don't like it, and you will be able to just switch to another major, and it does not delay your graduation. Definitely, you see, I have interest in computer science, let's try it. Mechanical engineering, perfect. If you just do computer science, you do mechanical engineering, you can work on all projects. And you interest in electrical engineering, that will be good also. Model or whatever is so, and now we can work with like MEP, and that's like a easier version of mechanical, and that's more like a career training thing, but still computer science can play a very important role.
Are there any like must reads, like books that you can recommend that you could say that you guys might want to start reading or get familiar with certain?
I would say if you can self-learn a little bit like a program before you come here, that would help. And this can be any programming language, focus on like problem solving. So we do not need you to be expert Python, Java, C++, but that logical thinking is the most important skill. That we have some students just does not click after a while, it makes things a bit different. And once it clicks, all of a sudden it's just become easy. That's what it is. So our program for computer science might be 8 credit.